Hello everyone. Today I'll be explaining to y'all the histology of female reproductive system. I have already taken the theory, so I'll be showing you the slides with the help of the TV camera. Okay. So here what you can see is the lumen or the cavity of the uterus. So as soon as you focus, usually you see a star shaped or any shape. Okay, here you can see four sides. So the cavity will be seen and you will be seeing some hillock like shape like this. So this is one of the identifying feature. So every slide will have a specific identification feature, as I told you before also. So here you can see this is the endometrium here. Okay, this is the endometrium here, and you can see it is lined by simple columnar epithelium. Of course this is only 10x, so you cannot see the cells properly, and you can see glands here. Okay, these are the glands. Okay, so this area is the myometrium. So the glands I'll show you properly now. So as I'm going upwards, you can see the endometrial glands and myometrium and then perimetrium. Okay, so observe the glands properly. It is straight glands. Okay, you see here properly, it is straight. So what type of phase is this? This is proliferative phase. Okay, as I told you, in proliferative phase the glands will be more of straight type, and if it is secretory phase, it will be like sawtoothed appearance. Okay, so it is very clear. This is the myometrium area, and here you can see the perimetrium with neurovascular bundles. Okay, you can see the perimetrium with neurovascular bundles. So here is the myometrium with the glands and endometrium, and this area is the cavity. Okay, so here you can see the whole cavity. It is four-sided cavity here you can see, and this is the typical look of uterus towards the cavity. Pause. Okay, next slide I'll be showing you that of cervix, but the slide we have got is from ectocervix. So what I told you, ectocervix, the epithelium is, it is what epithelium? Stratified squamous epithelium, because ectocervix means the vaginal cervix. So the epithelium of vagina is stratified squamous epithelium. So ectocervix also, there will be change in epithelium. So other part of the cervix will have simple columnar epithelium. So here as you can see, this is stratified squamous epithelium and lining of the mucosa, and here then you get the muscular area. Okay, so the muscular area, as you are moving, you can see some glands are there, but this is not like the glands of the uterus body. Okay, so in between you can see the blood vessels also. You can see blood vessels here, few blood vessels. As I'm moving, you can see some more bigger blood vessels, and the glands, if you notice, they are not arranged like the uterine glands that I had shown you few minutes earlier. Okay, pause. Okay. Now I'll be showing you the slide of fallopian tube. So I told you that fallopian tube has a lumen, and in the lumen you will be seeing lot of mucosal folds. The highly folded mucosal foldings will be helping you to identify the slide of fallopian tube. Okay, so here you see the mucosal folds. It is highly folded, and I'm going round the whole slide. You see that, okay, terribly folded mucosal fold all around the lumen. You see here, okay, all around the lumen you see the folds of mucosa. And what is the lining epithelium of fallopian tube? It is simple columnar epithelium with cilia, and the cilia is towards the uterus. Thus it helps the movement of the zygote, fertilized zygote towards the uterine cavity. So from here to here, this is completely mucosa, this is the cavity. Then here will come, we'll see lamina propria. Okay. So this is the area of lamina propria. Okay, and this layer, you see it is almost red color looking here, dark pink. This area is composed of muscular fibers. Okay, so this is the layer of muscle tissue just next to the lamina propria, and this is the layer of, what is this layer? This is a layer of mesothelium. Okay, because fallopian tube is surrounded by peritoneum, so it will be lined by mesothelium and it will be covered with lot of blood vessels and nerves. Okay, so once I'll repeat from outer lining to inner lining. So here you can see the peritoneal lining, so it will be lined by mesothelium and it will be having neurovascular bundle. Then comes the muscle layer. Okay, all concentric muscle layer, all over you can see the muscle layer. Okay, surrounding complete tissue all over the lumen. Then next layer is the mucosa. You have a layer of lamina propria, loose areolar tissue, and this is the mucosa which is highly folded. Pause. Now I'll be showing you slide of ovary. Okay, we finished with uterus, cervix, fallopian tube. Next goes the ovary. So as I told you, ovary has two parts, cortex and medulla. So cortex means always towards the outside area. So here this area is the cortex and it is lined by the germinal epithelium. Germinal epithelium is nothing but simple cuboidal epithelium, and next to that you will have different stages of growing oocyte. Okay, primary, primordial, primary, then secondary, vesicular, all those you'll be getting. So you see here different phases are there. It is very small, then little bigger, then a more, somewhat more bigger than that, and this is looking empty, vesicular one. So it depends on the cut section. If it does not fall, the cut section does not fall exactly on the oocyte, then you may not see it. Okay, so it may look empty as well. So outside layer is the cortex. The more towards the middle, you will get the medulla. So here in the middle you have the medulla. So in the medulla area, as you notice, there are hardly any primordial follicles or other type of follicles are available. This medulla is consist of neurovascular bundle. Okay, vessels and nerves will be available. You do not get the follicles. Okay, so cortex, you will get varieties or different stages of follicles. Okay, I'm showing you again cortex. So you can see here all different layers of, and this is one of the corpus luteum. I'll show you a separate slide for corpus luteum. So you can see corpus luteum here. What is that? Corpus luteum, after the bursting out of the Graafian follicle, so after the fertilization happens, corpus luteum, it will be two types, corpus luteum of pregnancy or corpus luteum of menstruation. All these we have already discussed in theory, so I don't want to go into details. Okay, again I'm showing you some more follicles. Okay, notice nicely. So focus here. You see small tiny ones here, primordial follicles, then primary follicles, secondary follicles you can see. Okay, can you notice this? This is primordial follicle. Okay, it's a bit bigger one, but the oocyte is not seen because the cut section might not have fallen on that area. Pause. Next I'll be showing you the corpus luteum, a big one, a separate slide we have. So I'm showing you, you notice this is the outer part of the corpus luteum and this side is the cavity part. So this corpus luteum I'm showing you now will exactly after the release of the oocyte. Okay, I'm showing you this, the layer, outer layer, theca interna and theca externa that you have. Okay, you see this total outer layer I'm showing you. Then again I'm going down. Okay, I'm going down again. So you can see the different cell layers here. Then in the middle, this is the lumen. Okay, this is the lumen, or there is no oocyte. Okay, there is no oocyte here. Completely, this corpus luteum is just after the release of the oocyte. Okay, understood? So it is all lined by different cell layers. You can see here very nicely different cell layers. Now I'll show you another corpus luteum which is atretic. Now see this one. See the difference. Okay, this is another one by the side of the. This is atretic one. It's going for. Okay, so here this is another one which is I'm showing you. Is it clear? So you can see the cell layers here. Lumen is almost closed. We cannot see any lumen here, and slowly this will become completely squeezed out, and it will become atretic follicle. Okay. So two different types I have shown you, and on the side you can see blood vessels and nerve endings and all that will be on the other part of the ovary. This is the last slide for today's class. So I'm showing you here the slider placenta. You can see multiple villi here. Okay, as I told you in the theory class also, when you do a cut section, we take tertiary villi. So what are the layers of tertiary villi? You will get syncytotrophoblast, cytotrophoblast, mesoderm, and within the mesoderm you get blood vessels. Okay, so 4 layers will be there, and then because of the presence of the blood vessel, mesoderm, syncytotrophoblast, cytotrophoblast, you get, this is called as tertiary villi. So whenever you see in the slide, you will see multiple, all different shapes. Okay, because villi will be in different directions. So cut sections do not get a typical oval shape or a round shape or like that. All irregularly shaped like this. They're full of shaped structures, and lining, it is not that clear because it is a 10x only. Okay, so you see a lining epithelium of syncytotrophoblast, then cytotrophoblast, then mesoderm will be there, and fetal blood vessels. So if I show you going around the whole slide, you will see the same structures. Okay, notice somewhere the villi will be little big, somewhere it will be small. Notice nicely, here you can see a longitudinally cut villi. These are all transversely cut. So you see the same look. In between, this is a huge area. Okay, do you notice that? So it's a similar looking slide, totally full of different irregularly shaped tube structures you will get, and you will have lining of syncytotrophoblast, cytotrophoblast, mesoderm, and within that you will get red color dots. Those red color dots are nothing but the fetal blood vessels. Okay, thank you. Stop.